Good morning, everyone. My name is Narasimha, and I'm a senior solution engineer with JFrog. I'm basically here to talk about JFrog's philosophy of liquid software and some challenges around it. So before I get there, how many of us believe that today's software eats the world? Anybody has any questions or concerns around this? Do you think software rules the world? Okay. So most companies that you see today, they're all software companies, right? So take an example. For example, say healthcare, transportation, even politics, for example. There's software involved everywhere. Every organization either produces software or consumes software in order to build their own application or to provide services. And JFrog truly believes in a philosophy that in these organizations, the software should flow like a liquid that flows through your pipes, right? And it has to be a continuous flow. It should never stop. There has to be updates that needs to be pushed, and the users should always have access to the latest version of the software. And that's the whole philosophy of liquid software. Now, what does this mean in the DevOps world, right? So liquid pipeline sounds good, but what does it actually mean? So this is how today's the DevOps pipeline look like, where you have the CI and the CD process. And what JFrog expects is that your software binaries should flow through this entire pipe, the CI/CD pipe, with least amount of manual effort. So that's what JFrog is hoping for. Now, most companies have implemented CI successfully, but they do face a lot of challenges when they have to bring in their golden image to the last mile, which is nothing but continuous delivery. And to basically do that, JFrog has a solution. It provides a solution that will help you in overcoming these challenges. But at the same time, we are also aware of the risks that are involved in case we fail to deliver a software, right? And that's why this is very important. Now, what are some of the most common challenges that we come across when it comes to continuous delivery, right? So the first and the foremost being overcoming physics. So how do I get my binaries out of my development data center and push them to, say, production sites or to my end consumers who are geographically distributed? So that's the first challenge. The second challenge being gaining trust. So in the previous talk, I saw that they said that security as a first-class citizen. The same concept applies here, right? How do I make sure that the binaries that I'm distributing does not have any security vulnerabilities associated with it? How do I make sure that people are not tampering with my binaries when I'm distributing them to my production servers, right? So that's where gaining trust becomes critical. And the third challenge being visibility and intelligence. And this is the place where I want to keep a track of where I'm distributing my software. And at the same time, I want to take decisions which are data-driven. And that's one of the key aspects of your continuous delivery as well. Now, to address these challenges, JFrog offers an end-to-end solution which will help you achieve continuous delivery. And basically what JFrog does is it gives you tools that not just allows you to manage your binaries or your software, but it also allows you to distribute them and deploy them into production. So most of us would have heard about JFrog Artifactory, which is our universal binary repository manager. So you can store and manage your binaries globally. And typically, this would be connected to your CI process. So anything that gets generated out of your, say, for example, Jenkins or even JFrog pipelines, you can basically manage them here. When it comes to security, we have like JFrog X-Ray, which basically provides continuous governance and compliance within your organization. So that way you can trust the binaries that you are distributing. You're making sure that there are no security threats associated with these artifacts. We have JFrog distribution, which is actually an orchestration tool that allows you to orchestrate the distribution of your binaries from your development data center to your production sites. And the good thing about distribution is it allows you to bundle artifacts belonging to different technologies into one single bundle or a package called as release bundle. So think of a use case where you want to deploy a microservices-based application, right? It includes several Docker images. So what you do is you bundle them together into one single unit and distribute it to these Artifactory edge nodes. And these edge nodes, they are nothing but read-only endpoints, which receive your software as part of the distribution process. And once you have your software here, you can basically consume these binaries and then either deploy it into production, or your end users can use any native clients to pull the relevant software out of these edge nodes. And again, since they are read-only, there is no fear of anybody tampering your binaries. The write access is completely disabled to make sure that you have that integrity or the trust factor maintained. We also have JFrog access, which gives you a common authentication platform, but something to keep in mind. Now, what are some of the use cases that this platform addresses, right? So the first and the foremost use case is providing software updates for retail stores, banks, ATMs, and so on. The second use case that you can possibly think of is distributing software to customer sites, vendors, third-party partners, and so on. The third use case you can think of is remote production sites. For example, if I have, say, production servers in different geographical locations, QA servers, testing servers, that's how I distribute my software. And then, of course, providing software to my developers and machines who are geographically located in different regions, right? Say my QA team is in India, I want to distribute software to them. And I want to distribute software which is kind of production ready because I don't want to distribute the entire bunch of artifacts that I generate through my CI process. So you can see that JFrog truly offers a solution that helps you in meeting your CI/CD needs. And finally, if you have any questions with respect to JFrog or the solution that we offer, feel free to reach out to us. We are here as part of the summit. So let's make software liquid. Thank you, everyone.